Connection with us and honorable on the seeker. Today I'm your host for the evening. My name is Badul Dash. I'm from Bangladesh, General the seeker. I'm proud to be a student at IGP. IGP Social and Arts Certified International Education and Training Institute. In last year, she already served 35 million plus on the seeker from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus corporations and 4,500 plus organizations. In Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. This serves student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective training is one skill just by applying from education. So we provide effective training and consultation to to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally and nationally to student job seeker job holder and also for learner the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. RGP is one of the famous online street farm all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product. It's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling of sector. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 million services for free, like Radar Portfolio website, Zoom Builder, call letter, motivation letter, and call platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Each learning game, website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program website and offline online courses for you the learner, the professional, trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global engineer professionals to develop our kind of view and to promote the education of the average that master speaking knowledge is crucial for the history of global professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to answer needs of today's generation and we start them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we present. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. The RG member committed to offering effective base for the service and continual improvement so the individual who seek information can skill level and help. Before we move to the next, let me remind you to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind you to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Support is very valuable for us. Thank you. The RGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher at this moment is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.edurgp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We only launch a new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But the honest strong point is that without an account on login, you cannot enjoy yourself. So create your account for us with proper information. Note that with proper information, you'll enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, if you participate in live quiz competition on our website, we replace Friday if you join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. For that, if you pass, you'll receive a certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you're an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, explication certificate. If you're a host of IGP, you can download certificate of gratitude. If you're an online life quiz competition winner, you can download certificate of participation. If you're selected for lifetime membership, then you can download certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, we participate in an award function, which organized combines support with the IGP. You can download that also. You can strip and download 18 types of certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global influence in the pandemic, certificate of active knowledge, certificate of social activism in the pandemic, certificate of achievement IGP knowledge in 2020, 2021, and 2022, certificate of participation webinar series 1, authentic assessment in teaching learning, certificate of participation webinar series 2, teaching and foreign language and assessment. Certificate of participation webinar series 3, digital classroom engagement 2, certificate of participation webinar series 4, the new trend in education. Certificate of participation webinar series 5, Office Scholarship Leadership and Management Skills, certificate of participation webinar series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education, certificate of participation webinar series 7, Research Comprehension Approach, certificate of participation webinar series 8, Art in Teaching and Spatial Program in the Arts, certificate of participation webinar series 9, 21st Century Children Teaching Mathematics, certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within minutes. From now on, you can participate in thousands. And run reset password everything. And check out the for all of the details. Tutorial details to check all partner pages on our website. Share like us with benefit. Thank you. But note that without an account logged in, you cannot enjoy ourselves. At present, we are going to start our 2416 webinar, which name is Emotional Intelligence, Key to be Happy and Productive at Work. And today our speaker name is Dr. Renu Parak. She is from India. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, I'll share a little bit about her team. Jaipur School of Business, JECFC University, Jaipur. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Am I clearly audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you are clear. Ma'am, please present your presentation.
Sure, sure. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, please make it full screen.
Is that perfect?
No, ma'am, please share the screen with us. Which one is full screen? You share the PPT with us, not the full screen. You did the full screen, but you didn't share the window with us. You share the PPT with us. Please check from your laptop and
I'm
share the
sharing.
PPT.
I'm sharing, ma'am. It's shared on a. Can you see now?
Yes, ma'am. The stage is here. You can start your presentation now.
Is it perfect?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
please move the slides. No, ma'am,
Is it
it's
moving?
not moving.
There might be a lag of internet. Is it now?
No, ma'am.
Just wait for a second, ma'am.
Ma'am, please upload the slides. Then it will be easy for you.
Okay, okay. It's in a process. So, am I clearly audible? Let us start the
Yes,
communication
ma'am.
meanwhile it's working.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
So very good evening to one and all present here. Whosoever is there in the line on a Facebook or YouTube or on this particular spectrum. So the topic of today's discussion, that's not a presentation. So topic of today's discussion is emotional intelligence, which leads to productivity and how to be happy. Rather, keys to be happy and productive at work. So meanwhile, the slides are uploading. So I have received a few WhatsApp messages day before yesterday. Or rather, daily we are receiving some and other messages. So I'm going to read out one and two messages just to connect with each and every one. So the first message I received day before yesterday. So it was a very cute message. Just try to find out the feel of that message. So the message says, today when I slipped on the wet tile floor, a boy in a wheelchair caught me before I slammed my head on the ground. He said, believe it or not, that's almost exactly how I injured my back 3 years ago. I'm like so touching. And it's not about touching the message, it's all about showing the empathy, showing the self regulation, showing the self awareness, showing the motivation also. So the person has fell down and had a bad injury just 3 years ago. So he wanted to save a next person so that the person should not be matched in the same spectrum. And again, a very beautiful message, a father's advice. The quotation was a father's advice. It says, today, my father told me, just go for it and give it a try. You don't have to be professional to build a successful product. Then, going further, few more messages are, today, I asked my mentor, a very successful businessman in his 70s, what his top three tips are for success. He smiled and said, read something no one else is reading, think something no one else is thinking, and do something no one else is doing. So the reason why I'm sharing all these messages are every message has some and other things which is directly connected to the emotional intelligence. So let us decode this today's frame. The first word says emotional, second word is intelligence, then the third leader word is happy, and the fourth word is productive. And all these four words are leading. towards the work. So what does emotion mean? Emotion, as my first slide said, it's okay, it's absolutely okay to feel, to have all the feelings with you. You are sad, you are happy, you are crying, you are smiling, you are dull, anything, because you are a human being. But how to use these emotions more intelligently so that you can be happy and you can give productivity in your personal life and your professional life as well. So the second words is intelligence. What does it mean? A lot of definitions are given by various authors in dictionary. But what I personally feel, intelligence is about to understand, learn, and think the things. I'm repeating my definition. Intelligence is ability to understand, learn, and think the things. Things. Why I'm using a term things? That means I want to know about each and everyone who is surrounded by me, and each and everyone who is looking at me. Then the third important word is happy. Everyone knows about it. What does happy mean? It's pleasing, it's pleasure, it's pleased. And the next important word is productive. Productive, that means completing the task assigned to you, whether this is a personal life or whether this is a professional life, completing the task within a specified time frame, and that produces the desired result with minimum vested efforts. And if we relate all these four terms, emotional, intelligence, happy, and productive, we need to understand what does it mean. Just a second, just give me a second, please.
So when you are working, I'm so sorry for this glitch. So am I audible? Can someone give me the green signal, please? Okay. So
Yes,
there
ma'am,
might
you are
be
able.
when you're working somewhere, some task has been assigned to you, and it's very difficult to working together and completing the task. Might be any reason. Some might facing any professional problems, some might facing any personal problems, some are engaged mentally somewhere, but the task is assigned to a five employees wherein they are supposed to complete the work together. So what do we do at that time? Well, this is the situation with everyone and everywhere, whether you're at home, whether you're in the college or university, or anywhere in the office. So when this is a regular phenomena, therein you need to use your emotions intelligently so that you can understand your behavior, your pattern, your thinking, your emotion, as well as the emotion of other person who are on the other side. It may be a one person, it may be a 2%, it may be a 3%, it may be a 4% as well. And this is the reason the EQ has taken over the lead to rather than the IQ. So IQ is basically intelligent quotient, and now we are talking about the EQ. On EQ, emotional intelligence is basically become a buzzword for each and every organization, wherein they are giving a practice or training or session, it may be a spiritual or any sessions, so that the employee who are working, they can be emotionally upgraded themselves, they can handle the situation very beautifully, very manageably. So when you are talking about that particular situation wherein the five employees has given a task to complete the task within a given frame, so there might can you relate that situation? Can you see the scenario happening in your workplace, your surroundings? What could be Mr. X has done differently, Mr. Y has done differently, so that the task is completed? Did Mr. X and Mr. Y express themselves in a professional manner? Have you given any suggestion? Have you handled their emotions? Have you given your hand to solve their problem? So for example, if you're working in an office and your colleague is expecting on a full time, and some task is given to in your team and that colleague is part of your team. So what will you do? Because at the one time you need to complete the assigned task on a time frame, and on the other hand, being a humanitarian ground, you need to help your colleague also. So there are n number of situations. Somewhere, someday you are coming in a very good mood at morning 8 o'clock in the office, or somewhere you see that some other person, maybe in fourth class, any person is sitting gloomy. How you will handle that particular situation? You're sitting at your home, you're playing with your kids, somewhere suddenly something click in your mind, and how you will solve that particular problem. There is a group assignment even in your university, in your college, and somewhere you are not able to do it, you are not able to pay concentration attention there, or if you are able to do it, your friend is not able to do it, your friend is not able to put the full attention. How you will handle that particular situation? So this is how we are talking about the emotional intelligence. Just take a 5 seconds pause, just take a deep breath, just understand it. There might be any situation, there might be any problem, let the person give a thought to it. Better you listen properly to that person. This is how this particular connotation, emotional intelligence, work very beautifully. So moving further in the session, what we are going to discuss with each other, what is emotional intelligence, a definition and the practical situation as well, why it is important, is it really important? We are talking about what are the various misconceptions about it, what are the various 5 competencies: self-awareness, empathy and social skills, self-regulation. We'll discuss 1 or 2 case studies also. I will give you the checklist also, check sheets also. Are you on that particular right aspect? We'll discuss about the strategies to increase the emotional intelligence screen. So how would you define emotional intelligence? How would you define? What do you say? There are a lot of definitions given by various authors who are working on emotional intelligence, but which definition I personally like? It says the capacity of recognizing our own feelings and those of others for motivating ourselves and for managing emotions well in ourselves and in our relationship. I am repeating it. You can also see on a screen the capacity for recognizing our own feelings. Why we are giving these 4 letters first? Because first we need to understand our own feelings. Second part of this definition says the feelings of others also need to be understood. The feelings of others also need to be intelligently understood for motivating ourselves, rather, or for managing emotions well in ourselves and in our relationship. So this particular definition is talking about 2 things. The first one is emotional, and the second one is social competencies. Rather, I should say the first one is personal competencies and social competencies. So whenever I'm talking about recognizing our own feelings, I'm talking about a personal competencies. Or when I say understanding others' feeling or motivation, others' emotions, wherein I'm talking about a social competence. So basically, there are 5, I should say, the pillars of this emotional intelligence. The first one is self-awareness, empathy, social skills, self-regulations, and motivation. This is what emotional competences framework is given by Daniel Goleman. So he says, he's talking about, just have a look onto it. He's talking about a self-awareness. We'll be discussing in detail the second, wherein he's talking about empathy. We generally say be empathetic with others. Be empathetic with others. So this is what the meaning of empathy. You need to learn the social skills, wherein you are talking about influence. You should be able to manage conflict. You should work as a change catalyst, where you need to work as a collaboration and a cooperation. You need to be good communication. You should be a good leader. You should build a bond between the teams or the groups or the assignment given to you. When I'm talking about assignment, it may be any activity, it may be any task. We are talking about the team capabilities, and number of things are there. Then we need to work upon a self-regulations. Again, this is a combination of 2 terms. The first one is self, wherein the personal competences are coming in front, and the self-regulation, wherein you need to have some rules and regulations for yourself also. So wherein we are talking about a self-control, trustworthiness, consciousness, adaptability, and innovation. And the last one is we are talking about a motivation, wherein we are talking about achievement drive, what motivates us to achieve a particular drive, the commitment which we are getting from us and for that particular task, the initiative which we are talking about, and the optimism. So these all 5 elements will be combinedly talking about a personal competencies, wherein we are talking about the first part of our definition of emotional intelligence, and this is known as emotional competencies framework. Move in between, let me share one more presentation with you. See, again, these all are my favorite quotes, which I generally believe in my personal life as well. A man with one watch knows what time it is, but a man with 2 watches is never quite sure. So that means you need to see whether you want to go for a 1 watch, you want to go for the 2 watches, because if you want to be sure about your life, you need to see the time through 1 watch only. A very beautiful and interesting, don't look where you fall, but where you sleep, because that matters. You need to understand where you are slipped in so that you can take a precautionary measure over there. Look at life through the windshield, not the rear view mirror. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You need to see from that particular portion wherein you can see the reality, not the. People may doubt what you say, but they will believe what you do. Absolutely correct. And you all will be agree also. You need to prove yourself with not with the words, you need to prove yourself with your actions and deeds. Be nice to people on your way up, because you will need them on your way down. Absolutely correct. Treat each and everyone with humanity, with empathy, with motivation, and everything, wherein you never know when you are up, you need that people, and when you are down, you may also need that people at that time also. Again, a very beautiful quote which is close to my heart. Never explain. Never explain your friends, because your friends do not need it. And if they are your enemy, they will not believe on you. Absolutely correct. And you all also might be agree with me. While seeking revenge, please dig 2 graves, one for yourself. That's why everyone says do not believe in taking revenge, because then you need to dig 2 graves for you. Time you enjoy wasted was not wasted. You have got to do your own growing. You need to identify your own path. You need to grow yourself, because no matter how tall your father was, you need to prove yourself. Absolutely correct. The best way to predict your future is to create it. And this is why we are talking about this particular session today, which is absolutely dealing on emotional intelligence. So it was just a tidbit from my side. Let us move ahead with this theory part as well. Why do you think emotional intelligence is so important? Or rather, let me reframe my question. Is it so important? It is really important, wherein we are giving a lot of time, at least 1 hour, to think about, to discuss about it. Yes, of course, it is very important. It is very important. You see, the person who the data itself says emotional intelligence is 58% of your job performance. It has a 58% in your performance. 90% of the top performers have high EQ. They have the high emotional intelligence. This is the reason the emotional intelligence is important, and it can be learned, it can be practiced, it can be managed. There are various misconceptions about emotional intelligence also. Let us discuss one by one. It is just about being nice to everyone and thinking positively. No, it's not emotional intelligence that you are nice to everyone and you're thinking positively. But the emotional intelligence is how, what decision you are taking in that particular situation. Are you showing a right part to that person? Are you showing giving your productivity to your work? The second one is, it means letting emotions run freely or being completely robotic. No, no, dear, no. This is also not emotional intelligence. Letting go the emotion doesn't freely is not about emotional intelligence. Rather, emotional intelligence is how intelligently you are managing your emotion. So, for example, you are sitting somewhere, your friends coming to you, and you want to sit quietly at that time. You want to enjoy your music. You want to enjoy your reading books, and your friends come, he or she is very excited, and suddenly he or she came and shouted, oh wow, what reaction you will do at the time? Because on the one side, you want to listen to your favorite music, you want to read your favorite book, you want to enjoy a piece, but suddenly your friends come. So at that time, how you will manage your reactions? Either you will shout or you will shut him or her up, how you will react it. So taking a pause, try to understand why the person is so happy, try to enjoy his or her happiness. So this is what the emotions, it's not about ignoring or letting it down. You need to see at that particular time, women are better at all. Again, that's a myth. It's not about a gender biasness that women are better emotional intelligence or men are not emotional intelligent. It's not about a gender. Both can be equally important. Rather, in some cases, the women are more emotionally intelligent, and in other cases, other in same cases, in the same situation, other male can be a better than woman. So that is just a myth that women are more emotionally intelligent. They are emotional, but when we say that, absolutely depends upon the situation at that particular situation of time at that time, or decision the females or that person has taken. It is connected with intellectual or cognitive abilities. No, this is again a myth which people think that if there is a high IQ, the EQ is also high. No, emotional intelligence can be learned, can be practiced, and it does not have any relation with the intellectual or cognitive skills. And the next last one is, it's a fixed or genetic. No, dear, this is also a myth. It is not a genetic, it is not a fix. As I told you in every sentence, it can be practiced, it can be learned, but you need to understand, you need to see how the various pillars of self-awareness, empathy, etc. works, and you need to maintain that balance between each and everything, between you and other person, between that situation. This is how it actually do work. So the first pillar which we are talking about is self-awareness. What does it mean? It is recognize your emotions early and on their effects. Absolutely correct. The term itself says you need to be self-aware about your emotions. Say, for example, me, before starting this particular presentation, uh, the time was 6:30 and I started working on 6:15. Reason being, I was aware about my emotions. Last moment running can give me a stress, and that stress can be during presentation also. So I have recognized my emotions. I took a 15 minutes lead time so that I can feel comfortable. I can see the surroundings, I can see the settings and everything there, because that's through internet or over a media. So this is what understanding the emotions, your own emotions on an early stage. Know your strengths and limits. You should be aware about it. I am a cool person. I am a arrogant person. I cannot control this. I am a bit emotional person. These are the various situations wherein I lose my control on my emotions. So you should be well aware about it so that you can re-practice for that particular situation. Should have a strong sense of self-worth and capabilities. Absolutely correct. You should be self-aware about it. You should be absolutely self-aware, self-worth. You should know about your capabilities. How does it work? So, for example, let us discuss the one or two case study. This might be reflected some or other way in your personal and professional life. This situation may come arise anytime. So, there are two Mr. J and Mr. T. Mr. J rushed in and interrupted Mr. T during a meeting to get information he had been waiting for in a stressful, demanding tone. Mr. J stated that he had not heard back from Mr. T and he must have it before an end of the day. N number of time we faces a situation whether we are working in a academics or office or university or colleges or school, anywhere. So how does to handle this? If you were the Mr. J, how would you handle this differently? Should Mr. T and or the meeting members respond or say anything? How do you think Mr. T views Job's behavior? How do you think Mr. J's interruptions was perceived by members of this meeting? They may feel that that person doesn't have any etiquette. That they may feel the person should waited for the time. They may say that the person should have taken a prior permission. It may be anything. But again, how do you think this will affect Mr. T and Mr. J's working relationship? This may affect it because one person is was in the meeting, taking the meeting, and the other person disturbed during the meeting without knowing the importance of that particular meeting. These are the various situations which may occur anytime. These are the unpredictable situations which may occur anytime. So you need to work differently. You need to understand what was the hurry of Mr. T that he has entered in the meeting and what was the conversation between these two persons. So these are the various scenarios wherein we should be understand about each other's situation, or rather in simple language you should run with the shoes of other person also. So when you are talking about self-awareness, so these are the checklists. Take time to mental pauses. Absolutely correct. Introspection and solitary reflection regularly. Whenever there is a situation you are not able to understand, just give a break to yourself, because we are a human being. We also need some break. We need to break the thought also, because if you are thinking in the same direction, this will give you the same result. You just take a deep breath, just give a mental pause to the situation. Be attuned and to identify your emotions early. Absolutely, we already discussed about it. Accept that emotions are normal. Yes, you are also a human being. You may face the challenges, you may have anger, you may be cool, you may be calm, there may be n number of things, and you know it very well that brain or the body is absolutely about the 4 or 5 chemicals. So the chemical which is secret at the time, you will behave in the same manner only. Exclude negative judgment, just give a thought to it. When the thoughts are moving in the same direction, that will give the same judgment. So just this is what I also personally practice. Just give a break to the thought, ask why to get angry, when the things can be in a positive manner also. Recognize how your emotions shape what you perceive, think, and do. Learn from your experiences and mistakes. Please just note it down. Please learn from your past experiences and mistakes and do not repeat it. Learning, that means you need not to repeat it. Recognize where you need to improve. Self-awareness, the first step is recognize your own weaknesses, recognize your capabilities, your strength, and work onto it. Be open to candid feedback and use perspective. Take all feedbacks as positive as possible. Try to identify the new perspective. Show a sense of humor. It is required. If you type in the Google the benefits of fake laughing, you will see that fake laughing, it still gives you a lot of good hormones wherein your stress can be relieved. So show a sense of humor. Why to give a solitary answer for everything? Show perspective about yourself. So this is how the checklist, you can note it down. You can take a click a photo also. So these are the simple things. Otherwise, that depends on the situation also. But these are the basic things you should understand about the self, which I call it as a self-awareness checklist. This happens a lot of time. A lot of time this happens. So we call it as a irrational thinking and realistic thinking. Whenever there is a situation, the irrational thinking says he can't say that to me. He has to give me more respect. On the contrary, the realistic thinking says, I would like him to treat me more respectfully, but he's not doing it. So I will just have to move on from this. As there is no law that says he must treat me respectfully. That is his choice whether he or she wants to treat me respectfully or not. The irrational thinking says I absolutely must do well on this presentation. Absolutely. But the realistic thinking says I want to do well. I'll be well prepared, do my very best onto it. If something went wrong, that's fine. I'm also a human being. Irrational thinking says, I have to give this presentation exactly as it is written. Somewhere, if I miss a line, of course, if I miss a line, it won't be the end of the world. This concept is sound and well developed already. In today's presentation also, if I miss something, that's not end of the world. So these are the things you need to teach to your mind. These are the things you need to practice. You need to learn it. And trust me, you will feel better when you will practice all these things during your your personal and professional life. And why we are just talking about a personal life, professional life only. The emotional intelligence, it plays a very important role in personal life also, because everywhere you need to plot and plan their strategies. The second part, we're talking about empathy. Genuinely sense and understand people's feeling and needs. You need to be, generally we say this word to everyone, you need to be empathetic. This is what the empathetic mean. Active listen to others' perspective. Yes, different person can have a different perspective. So you need to listen and you need to respect the other person's perspective. I generally believe in no one is right and wrong. Everyone is different. And when the persons are different, you need to respect the different opinion of other person as well. You need to be sensitive to group differences. This is what just I shared. No one is right and wrong. Everyone is different. So it is something that you can learn at any age, any age. It may be at 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, even to 45 and 50s also. Because the things are moving and changing drastically. Again, there are a general situation which we believe or we face this during day-to-day life. Mr. J and Mr. M, they both are the person, and they are talking about the situation I'm dealing with has proved to be especially difficult. It's involved exceptionally long hours, and it is really judging my patient and stamina. I feel like it's never going to be enough, and my main workload is starting to suffer. Frankly, I'm exhausted. N number of times. Whenever you're in the professional surroundings, n number of times, then these things comes in our mind. I'm done with this. I want to leave this situation. I want to quit this job. I'm exhausted. What to do? I'm suffering from a lot of overwork, overburden, etc., etc. So the other person says, you know that you are super busy right now, and we have had these crunch times many times before it. Everyone has to go the extra mile here. I'm super stressed too, but this is how does it work? So when Mr. J is sharing his thoughts with Mr. Mark, so either the Mr. Mark has a two option. The first, he may be the yes man to the Mr. J and put something into his idea so that it can be blasted, or understand, listen Mr. J and giving settling him in down so that the things can move and he can be in a better position mentally. I don't see any way I can help you right now, but it might be some time before we get back to the normal. You just take a pause and go ahead and let's work together on Monday. Just take a break of one day, maybe Friday, etc. So this is what you need to show the empathy with the other person, like Mr. Mark or Mr. M has done with Mr. G. So absolutely, what is Mr. J trying to communicate to Mr. M? What do you think? Everyone, do you think it is possible to express too much empathy? Is it possible to pretend to be empathetic? Or the person was absolutely empathetic? So you need to work in that particular manner also. You might have seen many times your friends and your colleagues are coming to you, and somewhere they have seen the momentum of their bosses and they are coming to you now. I'm done with it. I want to work under him now. So what you will do at that time? You will say, okay, don't worry, we'll search for the new job, or you will try to settle him or her down. Of course, if you are a true friend, you will go for the second option. So this is again the empathetic checklist. Acknowledge feeling first. Just understand it. That person is not in a right mood. Let the other person know they have been hurt. It may change the situation. View the situation from the standpoint of the other person. Try to understand what the person is talking about and how that person is feeling at that particular time. Probe and listen to hear what is important. Verbalize and normalize their concern. Absolutely, you need to work on that. You need to normalize the situation. You need to let them feel that they're heard. You need to listen to them properly. Show you take the other person seriously. Just talking about by making eye contact or nodding yes. As a supervisor or mentor, give timely coaching and other assignments that challenges and fosters to the other person. This is need of the hour because the things moving, a lot of pressures are there, a lot of stress is there. Then you need to be, and the one person has to be empathetic with the other person. And the third, we are talking about the social skills. Nurture instrumental relationship with others, build rapport and keep others in the loop, work with other towards a shared goal, find common ground and be persuasive. Yes, you need to be, you need to be. It's not about you discuss at a one time and then your job is over. You need to be persuasive also. You need to understand, you need to create that relationship that the other person who is needing you, that person can come to you, and you need to be that rapport. The trustworthiness, rather, I should say, that trustworthiness is the proper word for it. Just give your shoulder to the person who need it. This is a need of the hour. You need to be a bit empathetic and you need to have the social skills as well. So a lot of case studies is done. Let us move further. So these are the situation which you feel, and you yourself should ask a question to yourself. Having a strong social skills and being easy to talk with are both signs of high emotional intelligence. Yes or no? Having strong social skills and being easy to talk with are both signs of high emotional intelligence. Absolutely, absolutely. Value others, balance a focus on tasks with as much as attention to relationship, collaborate and openly communicate, promote a friendly and cooperative climate, share credit with team members. Yes, handle and influence other people's emotions effectively. So let me in between share one more presentation with you, which is again one of my favorite. Can anyone give me the green signal? Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you compare, you're insulting yourself. No one will manufacture a lock without a key. Similarly, God won't give you problems without solutions. Life laughs at you when you are unhappy. Life smiles at you when you are happy. Life salutes you when you make others happy. Every successful person has a painful story. Every painful story has a successful ending. So, accept the pain and get ready for success. Again, one of the quote which is close to my heart, it's easy to judge the mistakes of others, and it's difficult to recognize our own mistakes. It is easier to protect your feet with sleepers. No one can go back and change a bad beginnings, but of course, anyone can start now and create a successful ending. Oh my God. If a problem can be solved, no need to worry about it. If a problem cannot be solved, what is the use of worrying? If you miss an opportunity, Don't fill the eye with tears. It will hide another better opportunity in front of you. Changing the face can change nothing, but the facing the change can change everything. So don't complain here about others. Change yourself if you want peace. Mistakes are painful when they happen, but years later collection of mistakes is called experience, which leads to success. Be bold when you lose, but be calm when you win. Because heated gold becomes ornament, beaten copper becomes fires, depleted stone becomes statue. So the more pain you get in life, you become more valuable. So let us come back to the stories. Self-regulation, it was the fourth one. Managing disruptions, emotions, and impulsive effectively. Flexibility in handling changes and challenges. Being open to new information or perspective. This is what the self-regulation. Again, it has a two words, self-regulation. You need to draw or plot the rules and regulations for yourself also. So, Mr. Again, the situation many of you might have faced the same situation, or if not you, some of the friend might face this situation. Mr. R receives Miss R, it may be Renu. Miss Renu receives an email stating that she will not be able to take vacation time when she requested it. Amy kicks her desk and immediately jumps to Mr. J, her co-worker, and sits next to her and says loudly, I just received an Instagram and this is how does it work. How many of us receive this mails and become crumbled and angry and a lot of, and again the same word, I'm done with it. I won't be coming from tomorrow. I'm leaving this job. And n number of time these things happen. But we need to work with ourselves. We need to draw our own situation and learn to balance between the rational and emotional center of brain. This is what a wise mind, wherein we are talking about emotional mind and the reasonable mind. So when I received a mail from my boss that I cannot go for the vacations and which I have planned with my family, my sons, and my mind says, and at that time, my emotional mind says, I have done with it. I'm leaving the job because I want to enjoy the vacation with my sons. And my reasonable things are, let us complete this task. Let us work for the stress so that the task can be completed. Then we will move for the vacations. Can we postpone this vacation for a week if it is required? What is my priority right now? Is it my work or it is my family? Can I go for the work-life balance or rather can I go for the work-life integration? So this wise mind is saying that I should go for the work-life balance or work-life integration. And this is what a self-regulation. So whenever you are in such type of situation, so this is basically a 6-second pause. Think of 6 places you would like to travel. This will give you the relief. Think of saying hello in 6 different languages if you know it. Think of 6 prime numbers. Of course, you will know it. Think of 6 flavors of ice cream. This will give you the happiness and this will break your thoughts. Think of 6 characters in your favorite TV show. Make up your own 6-second pause. So this strategy is basically known as 6-second strategy, wherein you're talking about everywhere 6 places, 6 cartoons, 6 ice creams, and 6 prime numbers, on etc. And you will just practice it. Whenever you are in such a situation, trust me, this will give a break to your negative thought, and this will give a break to your stressful mind. Just give this a practice at home today, and then suggest to each and everyone who is coming into that particular area, just 6-second pause. Just think right now. You can think about it. Think 6 flavors of ice cream. This will give you a smile on your face. Just think about the 6 characters you like most. Just think about the 6 places you would like to visit. Right now you can practice this and this will give you happiness in your mind, and when your brain will start secreting that happiness hormones, it will change the absolute spectrum of your mind. Just trust me, it will work. I wanted to show a YouTube video, but somewhere I'm not a very much of technical guy, so I was not able to connect it with the slide. And the last one is your motivation. Strive to improve or meet a standard of excellency. I can do it, I can't do it, or I can do it. The choice is yours whether you want to go with the I can't do it or you want to go with the I can do it. Of course, as a me, Renu Parik, I will go with I can do it. Personal drive to achieve your goal. You need to put extra efforts. Extra efforts, normal efforts or ordinary result, extra efforts, extra result, extraordinary efforts will give you extraordinary result. It's clear cut relation between the efforts and the results. Show initiative and optimism. So we'll not go for it. So this is what a motivation checklist. See, my son is sitting with me and he is creating and giving a smile to me. How emotionally I'm managing right now, that's my decision. So say hello to everyone.
Yeah.
See, he's so motivation checklist said develop a sense of personal satisfaction and fulfillment from being interested in what you are doing. I am enjoying. Seek out other motivated individuals. Yes, you need to identify, you need to work upon that aspect also. Who has the same vibes like you? You need to be realistic self-talk and reminded yourself to previous positive experiences. And number of times I feel very dull and I feel see, whenever I'm delivering any presentation or a professional presentation, I always ask my son to move out from the room because then it has a different aspect. But today, since the presentation is on emotional intelligence, wherein I need to show myself a more emotional intelligence, so I permitted him to sit with me, and he's laughing with me. But this is how I'm managing my emotion because these both are my priority. I'm working on a self. I am self-aware that I could manage him with this presentation. I know my regulation. How can I regulate the thing? I have my empathy that he's just a 12 years old, and if I will not permit him to sit with me, so where he will go? Because he's just a 12 years old boy. So set challenging goals, persist despite setbacks, operate from hope to success, and this is how it works. You need to identify the person who has the same vibes and same. So when you're talking about emotional competencies, we're talking about a self-control. So it's in two spectrum. The first one is successful and the second one is failure. So when you are composed and calm under pressure, you are successful. But when you're a moodiness and anger outburst, that will cause you the failure. Consciousness, if you're taking responsibility, fixing the problem and quickly moving forward, it is moving towards the success. But when you are acting defensive, covering up and assessing blame, then it will lead to the failure. Trustworthiness, I have used this term many times. High integrity and concern for others. Undermining the process and trying to get ahead at any cost. That will not work. Trust me, that will not work. Social skills, empathetic, tactful, and show consideration. You need to have a social skills as well. So, lack empathy, arrogant and intimidating, building bonds and talking about insensitive and manipulating things. This is what the 7 elements of just a recap of whatever we are discussing since 1 hour. Being self-aware, you need to be recognize emotions, you need to be taking pause and before reacting, you need to show empathy, you need to manage stress, you need to motivating yourself. It needs a lot of time. You need a lot of time. You need to building healthy relationship with everyone. I am repeating it. You need to be self-aware. You need to understand your own emotions, strengths, and weaknesses. This will help you handle challenges better. You need to be recognizing emotional. You notice how you and others are feeling. These helps you respond appropriately in different situations. Trust me. Pausing before reacting. It is the need of the hour. Daily, 24 hours. Everyone has a 24 hours. And you face a lot of challenging and different situations. Maybe in a 5 minutes, 2 situation, maybe in a 2 hours, only 5 situation. But at that time, you need to work reactively by taking a pause. You need to think. You need to give a thought to it. It will solve a lot of problems, a lot of challenges. Showing empathy, you make an effort to understand others' feelings. This builds trust, deepens your relationship, because if you are have a good relations, you have a lot of wealth. You need to manage stress. You know how to stay calm under pressure. This helps you think more clearly. Motivating yourself, obviously. Building healthy relationship, you get along with others and solve problems together. This creates a positive environment for everyone. So this is how do work, and these are the 7 elements, 7 strategies, 7 concepts, whatever you want to say it. It's all about emotional intelligence, and you need to learn it. You need to practice it. This can only work. And last slide from our side, you can't skip chapters. This is know how life works. Read every line, meet every character, feel every word. You want to enjoy all of it. Hello. Some chapters will make you cry for weeks. You will read things you don't want to. You will want some pages to never end. But keep going. Write your story on your story, and don't give anyone else the pen. You need to write your own story. And how do you write your own story? That you need to decide. So thank you so much for listening. Any question, answer. I'm ready to answer.
Wow. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant, dear IGP knowledge seeker. Please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a paper certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a paper certification and online quiz competition.
So someone asked me, hi ma'am, how to control our arrogant attitude at workplace? The best way is just give a pause to your anger.
Ma'am, our
Just give a
first
pause.
question is from Lakshmi.
So see, I'm working in a
Ready?
university
Hi,
where I'm
ma'am.
heading
How
the
to
department
control
as a
our
dean, and
arrogant
wherein we have
attitude
a
at workplace?
4,000 plus student in my school of management, wherein we have a 90 plus faculty, assistant professor, and 4,000 faculties. Just give a thought. And I told you, no one is right and wrong. Everyone is different, and you need to understand their different perspective. And whenever someone is coming to your with a different opinion, just give a thought to it. Just take a pause and make the person realize that you're listening and you're understanding also. I'm not saying that you do not put your views, but just understanding or listening to that person, create a relationship, and surely that person is going to
Hello,
listen to you.
ma'am.
Trust me, it will work.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Why to go for arrogancy? Why to be arrogant? So that's from over from my side. Anyone wants to ask anything? I'm open. So thank you so much for joining. And I'll leave my mail ID here. So if anyone wants to ask any.
Their IGP knowledge certification for the webinar certification. This is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Their IGP knowledge certification for the webinar certification. This is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.edurgp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next line, just passing now 80% passed. Back to the course again to download your certificate. If you have to read the course, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.edurgp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next line, just passing now 80% passed. Back to the course again to download your certificate. If you have to read the course, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. The IGP knowledge is the most engaging part of this webinar, which is online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change this process for online quiz competition, so that after life no one can participate. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. Visit www.edurgp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button and give a link at the session and join with love letter or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for join our live quiz competition. After the quiz, you will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. 72 people. We are going to start our question right now. First question is emotional intelligence has been shown to be a key determinant for success. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Second question is, which of the following could be described as the key factor of emotional intelligence? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option B is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Third question is, which of these is not considered to be a key category of emotional intelligence skills? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option B is the right answer. 76% people are right here. Fourth question is, research shown emotional intelligence be the key factor that sets high performing individuals from the rest. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our next question is, people with high emotional intelligence tend to be. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our next question is, people with low emotional intelligence tend to be more dash. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right, 2 is the right answer. 67% people are right. Our next question is, a key to developing emotional intelligence is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 56% people are right. Our eighth question is, intentionally is the key of emotional intelligence. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 38% people are right. Our second last question of the session is, there are dash key elements to emotional intelligence. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 89% people are right. Our last and final question of the session is, self-awareness is due to emotional intelligence. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for final result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and to the Ministry of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for final result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and to the Ministry of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for final result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and to the Ministry of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly period scale, never stop learning calls, like never stop teaching us. We have things to say. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, that will go on the people of things are about understand. Before I start, hit the unlike button. I can also thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.